To begin, I'm going to make this elastic band ribbing. I'm making a number of rows which covers the head circumference. To begin, make a slip knot. Take your crochet hook, go through this loop, pull this yarn to adjust so that your crochet hook fits this loop, then chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After chaining 6, I will skip 1 chain so that I have 5 chains remaining. Then you turn this way, you twist it this way so that we work on these back loops. Skip the first, go through the next. You make a slip stitch, go through the next, make a slip stitch, go through the next, make a slip stitch, go through the next, make a slip stitch, then finally go through the last, make a slip stitch. I have made 5 slip stitches across. To begin the next round, you chain 1 and turn. You twist this way so that these stitches are visible. Then you skip the chain 1 and work on the remaining 5 stitches by going through back loops. You pick one loop only, you go through this back loop, make a slip stitch, go through the next, make a slip stitch, go through the next, make a slip stitch, go through the next, make a slip stitch. This is the 4th, then the last, the 5th, make a slip stitch. You continue working that way, the same way we have done the previous row. You chain 1. After chaining 1, you skip the chain 1, work on the remaining 5 stitches, going through back loops only. You twist this way so that the whole stitch is visible. Skip the first chain, skip the chain 1, go through the next stitch, you go through back loop, make a slip stitch, go through the next, go through the next, back loop only, make a slip stitch, go through the next, make a slip stitch, go through the next, make a slip stitch, and finally the last one, make a slip stitch. At the end, you chain 1 and turn. You turn this way so that the whole stitch is visible. Skip the chain 1, go through the next stitch. You pick one loop only, back loop, make a slip stitch. Continue working these 5 stitches from back loops. At the end, chain 1 and turn. Repeat that until the number of rows you make are enough to go around your head or the head of the person you are making for. Continue working that way until the number of rows that you make are enough to go around your head, that is your head circumference or the circumference of the person you are making for. I'm making this for 0 to 3 months, head circumference 40 centimeters. If I stretch this band, it gets to around 45 centimeters. So the band you make should not be the exact head circumference because it is stretchable. For example, I was supposed to make a head circumference of 40. I added 5 centimeters so that I have 45 centimeters in total because this one is stretchy. When you are done making this band the size you want, you are going to join it. When you are joining, you observe which stitches when you join together, the outside looks seamless. For example, if I join this way, you see this and this looks like it looks complete this way. I'm not going to touch these two loops and these two loops. I will pick the loops immediately after these two loops. I will pick this one. I will not touch these two loops. I will pick this one. Go through the same two loops once more to secure my sewing yarn. I have joined two corresponding stitches. I go to the next and pick this other one. Go to the third stitch and pick the corresponding this side. Go to the fourth and the corresponding stitch this side. Go to the last and the corresponding this side. Then go through the two stitches, the two last loops once more to secure this yarn. Then I cut this. After joining, this is what I have. So you see the outside is seamless. I joined this way, so this is the inside. I turn the right side out this way. Then to continue working in round, you put one stitch in each row. This bump is one row. In between these two bumps is another row. So you do a double crochet here, another one here, a double crochet here, another one here, a double crochet here, another one here. It is easier to work here than the part which is raised. So instead of working the raised parts, we are going to input 2 double crochets into this part, 2 double crochets into each of these parts. First I chain 3 counts as a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Then put another double crochet in the same place to make them 2. So these 2 double crochets, because the chain 3 started from here, I will assume they are coming from here. So my next 2 double crochets, I'm putting them here. Then the next here. Go to the next. Add 2 double crochets in the same stitch, 1 and 2. Go to the next, this one. 2 double crochets in the same stitch, 1 and 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Go to the next one. 2 double crochets in the same stitch, 1 and 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Continue making 2 double crochets into each of these spaces until you come back to the beginning point. So I have 86 stitches in round 1. I will join at the top of the chain 3 that I made when beginning round 1. 1, 2, 3. I join using a slip stitch to finish round 1. To begin round 2, going through the next stitch, I draw a loop, make a single crochet, chain 2, 1, 2. I will count that as a double crochet. When you do this way at the beginning of each round, the seam will be invisible. So you make a single crochet, chain 2. This counts as a double crochet. Now the next stitch, you pick the back loop only. Instead of going through the whole stitch, you pick one loop only. The one facing away from me is one I'm calling back loop, and make a single crochet. You alternate that pattern until the end. The next stitch is a double crochet going through the whole stitch. The next stitch is a single crochet going through back loop. You repeat that pattern until the end. You make a double crochet in the next stitch going through the whole stitch. The next stitch, you make a single crochet going through one loop only, back loop. The next stitch is a double crochet going through the whole stitch. The next stitch is a single crochet going through back loop only. Repeat that pattern until the end. I'm almost coming to the end. My next is a double crochet, and lastly a single crochet. So you should always begin with a double crochet and end your row with a single crochet. Then you slip stitch into this chain. We made a single crochet and a chain 2. At the top of the chain 2, that is where you slip stitch. After slip stitching here, you go through the next stitch and make a single crochet. Then add chain 2, 1, 2. That will count as a double crochet. Then now, after making a double crochet, the next is a single crochet from back loop. The next is a double crochet going through the whole stitch. The next is a single crochet from back loop. The next is a double crochet going through the whole stitch. Just like the previous row, you repeat that until you get back to the beginning point. I'm coming to the end of round 3. The last is a single crochet from back loop. So the rows begin with a double crochet and ends with a single crochet. Slip stitch at the top of this chain. I made a single crochet and chain 2. At the top of the chain 2, that is where I slip stitch. I will chain 1 then cut. Then after cutting, you see you slip stitch here. So the next stitch is where I attach my yarn. Then I'm going along with these loose ends to weave them in. I will chain 3 as a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. After chaining 3 as a double crochet, now the next stitch is a single crochet from back loop. The next is a double crochet going through the whole stitch. The next is a single crochet going through back loop. Just following the pattern, repeat that until the end. I'm coming to the end of the row. My row ends with a single crochet. Your rows will always begin with a double crochet and end with a single crochet. After making a single crochet, I will slip stitch at the top of this chain. I made a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. At the top of the chain 3, you slip stitch. go into the immediate stitch and make a single crochet, chain 2, that counts as a double crochet. After that, in the next stitch, make a single crochet going through back loop. The next is a double crochet going through the whole stitch. The next is a single crochet going through back loop. Continue following that pattern. It is just a 1 row repeat pattern. I was showing you how to change the color and still maintain the pattern so that the seam is invisible. Add 2 rows with white and 2 rows using gray. I will stop at this point and start shaping it. I already joined here by making a slip stitch. So I go into the next stitch, not the stitch where I made the slip stitch, but the next stitch, the same way we were joining. Chain 3 as a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. The chain 3 counts as a double crochet. I have 86 stitches. I want to make my decreases after every 9 stitches. But if I make all the decreases after every 9 stitches, I'm going to miss 2 stitches at the end of the round. So this is how I have distributed the stitches. To begin, I need to make 9 stitches before making the first decrease. Chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So this is my first stitch. Go to the next stitch, make a single crochet from back loop. The next stitch is a double crochet going through the whole stitch. 3. The next is a single crochet back loop. 4. The next a double crochet going through the whole stitch. 5. The next is a single crochet back loop, single crochet. 6. The next is double. 7. The next is single. 8. The next is double. 9. After working on 9 stitches, I make my first decrease. You crochet 2 stitches together, making a double crochet decrease. So I yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop. Yarn over, draw through 2 only. Yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop. Yarn over, draw through 2 only. Now I have 3 loops on my crochet hook. Yarn over, draw through all the 3. So I have crocheted 2 stitches together, making a double crochet decrease. After making a decrease, you observe your next stitch. This is the previous double crochet, so I make a single crochet. 1. The next I make a double crochet. 2. The next I make a single crochet. 3. The next double crochet. 4. The next single crochet. 5. The next double crochet. 6. The next single. 7. The next double. 8. The next single. 9. After working on 9 stitches, I make another decrease. Each decrease we make a double crochet decrease. You yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop. Yarn over, draw through 2 only so you don't complete the double crochet. Yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop. I have 4 loops. Yarn over, draw through 2 only. I have 3 remaining. Yarn over, draw through all the remaining 3. I have crocheted 2 stitches by making a double crochet decrease. After making a decrease, you observe the next stitch. Like now, this is the previous single crochet, so I'm beginning with a double crochet. It's a single crochet because it is thin compared to this one, so it is the previous single crochet. Therefore, I begin with a double crochet. 1. The next is single. 2. The next double. 3. Single. 4. Double. 5. Single. 6. Double. 7. Single. 8. The next stitch is a double crochet. 9. After working on 9 stitches, I decrease the next 2 stitches by crocheting them, making a double crochet decrease. To make a double crochet decrease, we yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 only, yarn over, go through the next, draw a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 only. I have 3 stitches remaining on my crochet hook, yarn over, draw through all the 3 stitches. So I have made a double crochet decrease. After making a double crochet decrease, you observe the next stitch so that you know how to begin the pattern for you to count and reach the next decrease. For example, this is the previous double crochet. It is thicker compared to this, so I make a single crochet. Basically, in your previous single crochet, you are making a double crochet in this round, and in your previous double crochet, you are making a single crochet in this round. This is thicker, meaning it's a double crochet, so I make a single crochet. I count that as 1. The next is a double crochet, 2. The next is a single crochet, 3. Continue working until you make the next decrease, and continue working and making decreases where you have them until you get back to the beginning point. A single crochet, 8. I decrease the last 2. I have finished my first round of decrease. So at the end of the round, I will slip stitch into the chain 3, 1, 2, 3, the chain 3 that I made when beginning this round to close the round. Then I go through this next stitch, draw a loop, make a single crochet and chain 2. This counts as a double crochet. I will follow the pattern on the screen to know where I'm placing the decreases. The decreases are done the same way we did this round we just finished. Actually, after the first round, if you are keen on these decreases, for example, my first decrease was here. In this round, you decrease this stitch and the next one. Then you continue until you get to the next decrease. In this decrease, the 2 stitches crocheted together, you crochet this stitch and this next one as 1, and you continue. So you can actually do without the pattern as long as you are done with the first row of decrease. For example, this row, I need to work on 8 stitches before I make my first decrease. This is my first stitch. This is a double crochet. The next is a single crochet, 2. The next double, 3. The next single, 4. The next double, 5. The next single, 6. The next double, 7. The next single, 8. The next one is this stitch, which is thicker because we crocheted 2 stitches together after working on 8 stitches. So I crochet this and next as 1. So yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 only, yarn over, go through the next, draw a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 only, yarn over, draw through all the 3 stitches as 1. So you can see the decreases falls in the previous decreased stitch. So continue making the decreases. This is my second row of decrease. I will continue making the decrease rows. After making 8 rows of decreases, now I'm going to make double crochet decreases across, crocheting every 2 stitches together. After slip stitching, I go to the next stitch, draw a loop, make a single crochet, chain 1. Instead of chaining 2, I chain 1 so that I crochet this one in the next stitch and count that as 1. Then make double crochet decreases all round. Yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 only, yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through the remaining 3 loops. I have crocheted 2 stitches together. I will repeat that all round. You crochet 2 stitches together, making double crochet decrease. yarn over, draw through 2 only so you don't complete the double crochet. Yarn over, go through the next stitch, draw a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 only, then yarn over, draw through all the 3 loops on your crochet hook. Continue making the double crochet decreases until you get back to the beginning point. At the end of the round, I will slip stitch into the chain 1. I made a single crochet and chain 1 in the beginning of the round. I will slip stitch into the chain 1, chain 1, then cut. I'm going to cut some yarn that I'm going to use in stitching across. Then all these remaining stitches, I go in and out, in, out, in, out, until I finish all the stitches. In, out, in, out, in, until I get to the beginning point, this one. Then fasten off. I pull this way to fasten. Then turn this in the wrong side and weave in this loose end. I combine all the 3 colors. To attach it, I go through the middle here at the top middle, take these 2 loops to the inside, I tie these two loose ends and trim the excess. And that marks the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, kindly like my video, share, subscribe. I will see you in the next tutorial.